Announcing TechPoint Writer Bootcamp 2.0. Some startup funding news. And MTN Nigeria releases 2020 earnings. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for weekly updates on tech in Africa. Do you love writing? Want to try out a career in tech journalism? Then apply for the second edition of the TechPoint Writer Bootcamp for a chance at a 6-month paid internship. Our paid internship has produced success stories like Tej Kene Okafor, who now reports for US-based TechCrunch, and Titilola Uludimu, our culture editor and director of business by TechPoint. Like Titilola and Tej, you do not need any journalism or tech experience to apply for the bootcamp. You just need to know how to communicate effectively in writing. For more information on criteria and how to apply, please visit the link in the description. Lagos, Nigeria-based early-stage VC Microtraction has announced its investment in Nairobi, Kenya-based startup Raise. This is coming barely a year after Raise launched publicly in June 2020. The startup helps African founders simplify their fundraising process and cap table management so that they can focus on running their startup. While Microtraction did not reveal the value of the investment deal, we know that it typically invests $25,000 for 7% equity. According to Raise's website, it has also received investments from Lagos-based Chrysalis Capital, co-investor in Helium Health and Bamboo, and Malta-based blockchain-focused incubator Binance Labs. You can read more about the team behind Raise, their domain expertise and ambitions by following the link in the description. Meanwhile, Cameroonian fintech startup Duel recently closed a $3.5 million funding round led by London Group and other existing investors. Duel was founded in 2015 by brothers Serge and Philippe Bupda as an app that sold prepaid recharges to customers. It has since evolved into a financial services aggregator that provides several payment methods for small merchants to accept payments or repay suppliers. Duel will be the third Francophone African startup to have raised over $1 million in less than a year. These are indeed interesting times for the Francophone Africa startup scene. To learn more about what Duel does, please visit the link in the description. Still on the matter of funding, over 71% of the $120.6 million that Nigerian startups raised in 2020 came from foreign investors. Meanwhile, the amount raised represents a 213% fall from $377.4 million in 2019 and a 47.8% drop from $178.3 million in 2018. This comes as no surprise, given that 2020 was the year of the pandemic. Nevertheless, Nigerian startups seem to fare better than their counterparts in Kenya, South Africa, and Egypt. To dive deeper, please follow the link in the description. MTN Nigeria, the public subsidiary of South Africa's MTN Group, has released its earnings for the year 2020. Despite the tough economic challenges that telcos faced in 2020, MTN enjoyed a pretty successful year. The company made a profit after tax of 205.21 billion naira, about $497.9 million, up from 203.28 billion naira, roughly $493.2 million in 2019. However, although voice revenue remained dominant, it witnessed slow growth compared to data revenue, which shot up by 51.2%. Follow the link in the description for more information. What do you think about Nigerian startups and their dependence on foreign investments, the rise of Francophone Africa's startup scene, MTN Nigeria's 2020 earnings, and everything else discussed in this episode? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to apply for the TechPoint Writer Bootcamp or share with a friend who might need the opportunity. Also, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any new releases.